It is Thursday of, start again. It is Thursday, December 31st of 2020. And this is the very last day of this year. And we're going to talk about what that means on today's Guy's Daily Drive. Bam! And hello to all the daily drivers out there. Thank you so very, very much for joining me this morning. If you're watching live on Guy's Daily Drive, I greatly appreciate the fact that you have taken the time to do so. Actually, whether you do it live or whether it's watching it later or listening to it later. Oh, bumpy road. Oh my goodness. I'm just happy that you have taken the time to join me in some ways, means, form, or fashion. The how and the why doesn't really matter. Speaking of the how and the why, as I said in the intro, today is the last day of what has been not a great year, really, for practically anybody. 2020. What can you say about 2020? I've been on 2 podcasts this week. One was my own, and the other one was the Tuesday Roundup that Chuck Joyner does with Mac Voices. Just check that out. That is a great podcast. And on both occasions, we did like a this year in Apple tech, where we talked about all the things Apple released and what it meant, and where could the future go for Apple, and blah 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 blah. And I'm not going to talk about that. What we're going to talk about is why an arbitrary number created, or a numbering system created over 2,000 years ago, gets the blame for all of the things that we have basically done to ourselves this year. Seriously. Everyone is saying, oh, 2020, you're the worst. You suck. I want you to go away. When it isn't the year that has caused all the problems. It's not the year. It's us. We did this to ourselves. A virus that became, you can debate on where it came from or how it got started, but seriously, it pretty much started in China and then worked its way around the world. And that's really the truth of it. This has nothing to do with, I'm not blaming China. There's no point, especially now anymore, in blaming a country where some disease started that went all over the world. Could they have handled it better? Yes. Could we have handled it better? Yes. But it no longer matters. And to play the blame game at this point just seems counterproductive. So, everyone please just wear the stupid mask when you go out. If not for yourself, then for the other people around. Get the vaccine when it's available for you. But first, of course, make sure that you're not going to get adverse reactions to the vaccine as some people have been getting. I got into an argument on Twitter. The New York Times apparently had a story about a doctor who had an adverse reaction to the COVID-19 vaccine. And some people were upset that the New York Times had posted this, saying that it's counterproductive to getting people to get the vaccine. And the other thing they said was that it was done in such a way that it told the same story over and over and over again. That, you know, the same kind of reaction was held or was had by people with the same type of conditions, so why beat a dead horse? It's basically the meme. And I thought about that, and it's like, well, when COVID-19 started, all we heard was stories of people dying, and they all pretty much died in the same way as far as the virus went. So why were all of those stories okay, but not the ones talking about adverse reactions to a vaccine developed in about 7 to 9 months that the vast majority of people on the planet are expected to get, myself included, and I will get it. And I don't understand that kind of thinking, because it's mostly related to what your personal politics are and how you feel about whoever is in charge at the time that certain things happen. And what's never taken into account is, regardless of who's in charge, many, if not all, of the same things would have happened. The big difference would be who would be complaining about it. So, if for some reason it had been, what is going on here? If it had been someone from the opposite party had been in charge when all of this started, the people on the opposite party would have been complaining and blaming probably pretty much as voraciously as the current people that are complaining voraciously are. And yes, things could have been done better, but pretty much the exact same things would have happened. So as far as that goes, just stop. You want to talk about counterproductive? That's counterproductive. It no longer matters, because the people that are in charge right now won't be in charge in a week or two. So just stop. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter nearly as much as what kind of adverse reactions people are getting to a mostly untested vaccine. And some of the other comparisons I got were the shingles vaccine or smallpox or some of these other ones. And it was like, okay, those vaccines were developed over the course of years. And adverse reactions that were found were well documented. And so that people who had predetermined set of conditions that may give them a reaction to those vaccines, they knew about it. So they knew what to do. This is uncharted territory. We don't know all of the possible types of reactions that people will have to the COVID-19 vaccine when it comes out. So yes, it is still important, regardless if it's been reported before, to report on those types of conditions. That doesn't mean don't get the vaccine. It just means be aware that there are potential risks. And that if you have conditions that other people have had in relation to their reactions to the vaccine, then you should make a note of that and discuss them with your doctor. And this went in a completely different direction than I thought. The main thing I was going to talk about was don't blame 2020 for everything that has happened in this year. And to sit there and say 2020 has been a dumpster fire. Well, it's not the year's fault. It's our fault. We did this collectively as humans. It's all our fault. It's not the fault of an arbitrary year, and it's not going to change at midnight Eastern Standard Time tonight. All of the same things that are a problem right now in 2020 are still going to be a problem at 12:01 a.m. 2021. Now, hopefully 2021 will be where we can put it in the rearview mirror. I would love to see that. But that doesn't make 2021 a better year. It just makes it a different year. That is going to do it for today. Email address is guy@mymac.com. Twitter handle is MacParrot and or VertShark. VertShark.com is the website. You can help support my stupid microphone habit by going to patreon.com/MacParrot. Coffee, ko-fi.com/MacParrot. And paypal.me/MacParrot. Besides Guys Daily Drive, I also do the MyMac.com podcast. And yeah, that's done with Gaz. And then last night I did, losing my mind, the Mac to the Future Livecast Go. I did that, of course, with David Ginsburg. Warren Sklar wasn't able to be on last night, but he's usually on as well. But thank you all so very much for watching and or listening during 2020 to Guys Daily Drive. I really, really do appreciate it. And thank you so very much. And I hope you all have a wonderful New Year's tonight. Please be careful if you go out, and it's not necessarily a good idea that you do so. But if you go out, please be careful. Practice social distancing. Wear a mask. All of the things to help protect not just you, but the other people around you. And I will see you, all of you, next time, right here, boop, 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 on Guys Daily Drive. Bye-bye.